So, you're considering a career in tech. That's exciting. I want to prepare you for just one thing you might already face, and that's gender bias. As you probably know, gender bias is when someone is treated differently because of their gender identity versus someone else's. And this mistreatment is based on stereotypes and assumptions rather than actual legit differences. And it seems like common sense that when you have a more diverse workforce, individuals contribute unique perspectives that lead to better creative problem solving. Yet the gender gap has only gotten wider in tech. If you're a woman studying STEM, you've probably already dealt with gender bias, and I wish I could tell you that it gets better when you enter the working world, but only 1 in 5 people in tech are women. And to put that in context, 1 in 4 Americans believe the sun revolves around the earth. Let's dive into the impacts of this. Gender bias can have a significant effect on job satisfaction and performance, and I mean, who wants to stick around for the next degrading comment? In a survey, 39% of women said they believe gender bias was keeping them from getting a promotion. Not their bad performance or misconduct, but being a woman. And when you feel like your career is stagnant, that may cause you to find employment elsewhere or switch careers altogether. And that's probably why women leave the tech industry at almost twice the rate of men. Because women are leaving, affinity bias starts to creep in for hiring managers, and they may subconsciously look for men to hire instead of women because they don't want that high turnover. And this is a cycle of underrepresentation because no one is held accountable for the lack of support and advocacy for women in tech. Gender bias becomes a self-fulfilling cycle, and I'd like to equip you with a few tips for navigating the tech industry through challenges of bias, sexism, and discrimination. 1, find a mentor. This doesn't have to be someone at your company. Instead, focus on finding someone experienced in the field who can help you navigate it. You know, someone who's been there and done that. 2, use online communities and resources that cater to empowering women in technology. There are a lot of nonprofits dedicated to this work. Organizations like these offer professional development, mentorship, and even help you land your first job.
Yes.
Tip number 3, be your own best advocate. I'm still working on this one, but don't be afraid to ask for what you need, whether that's support on a project or asking for an opportunity to present your innovative idea. You're not Superwoman, so it's okay to ask for help to accomplish your goals. Tip number 4, have an ally at work. There's strength in numbers, and an ally can be your manager or a colleague, but it's important that it's someone you can trust and who will advocate for you, even when you're not in the room. Honestly, I'd say especially when you're not in the room. But this effort isn't for women alone. We need men to make a conscious effort to create an inclusive and equitable environment for everyone. Now, are you a man in tech? I encourage you to build rapport with some of the women on your team. And if there aren't any, well, we have bigger fish to fry. Here are a few tips to refine your ally skills. So let's say you've worked on a project with women in your company in the past. My first tip is to check in and see if there's anything that they need support with. Like, I heard you're working on this project. Let me know if you'd like to run through your presentation before you show it to the team. This says, I see you, and I'm here to help you win. Next tip, speak up and call in your colleagues who are showing bias. Essentially, when you see something, say something. So let's say I'm up for a project lead, but you overheard that someone thinks I'm not suited for it. Call in that colleague and ask, well, what criteria are you basing that on? Or why do you believe that to be true? Maybe there are substantial reasons why that person thinks I shouldn't be project lead, but your questions allowed that person to reflect on any assumptions. Having empathy and showing genuine support is the best way to make someone feel seen. Plus, doesn't it feel great to help others? And as an ally, you're uplifting the voice of those who may be silenced. We encourage women to continue pursuing these wonderful STEM careers and being the change we need to see in these industries. I'm hopeful that women will continue being change makers and future mentors of other women in tech. No one said diversity, equity, and inclusion would be easy, but it is worth it. Creating an inclusive environment where everyone can be authentically themselves leads to overall job satisfaction, equal opportunity, and higher retention. We'd like to hear from you. Share your thoughts on personal experiences working in the tech industry in the comments below. I hope you found this video informative. If you did, please consider subscribing to our channel for more content like this.